this is Professor Homa. Welcome to part 3 of Intro to Excel. What we did last time was we did some auto summing where we figured out totals. We added in the values for the phonathon. Hopefully I put in the right numbers into here. 21097, and I did. And what we did is we figured out these totals by using formulas. And we did auto sum. So we didn't write the formulas, but we used AutoSum to put in a formula, and then we copied them by using this little edge here. So that's how we got all these totals here. What I'm going to do now is just kind of make things look nice, just go over some formatting, and I'll do it, quickly. And you could follow the sheet, the instructions, or you could kind of do things on your own. You don't have to follow, just so you know how to do some of this stuff. But for my titles here in these cells that I merged in center, I'm going to use Cambria bold. I'm going to give it a nice big size of 18 point. I'm going to make it blue. Dark blue. Down here I'm just going to make this bold. I'll make it like 14 point, and I'll leave it black. These cells here I'm going to go all the way across, and first of all you can see these cities in here aren't centered over top of the value, so I'm just going to center them horizontally. And then even just this cell here, if you want an individual cell, you could center that. I'm going to put that to the right, but I'm going to highlight all these cells again. And what I'll do is I'm going to make them bold, and I'm going to make the background color of the cell this dark blue. Now you can see it's kind of hard to read the black over the blue, so I'm going to highlight these cells and actually make the text white. Okay, and that creates some contrast. Down here, with this information down here, I'm going to highlight these different. I want them different than the total, so I'm just going to make them light blue. And I'll make my totals light blue. I'm just using my first blue here. And then if you wanted to do something across the bottom here, I'm going to highlight these. I'm just going to go a little darker blue just to make it a little different. I'm going to highlight these values here and make them bold using the B button. Again, if you wanted to extend any of these things, if you felt that these cells were too short, you could actually highlight the rows. You could highlight down the rows and increase the row height. If you remember how to do that, that's over here. Format, row height. And it's saying 15. That's default. So, let's say you want to make them 20. And I hit return. That makes our row heights a little bit bigger now. So we have a little bit nicer. And some of these, if you want to just format manually, you could do that. If you wanted this to actually be centered in its little box. Remember, you could use this to make it go up a little bit. You could put a box around this. You could do a lot of different things with the formatting here. So that's all I really wanted to show with this part of it. So hopefully this won't be as long.